Y'all too fancy for us. Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back for another Disney dining review. This one's gonna be expensive.
Okay, I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I have never eaten anywhere this fancy before. I was looking at the menu and there's actually like a palate cleanser in the midst of the courses. I've never done that before.
This particular restaurant does not allow any kids inside of it under the age of 10. We're headed to Monsieur Paul.
So this is in the France Pavilion at Epcot, which I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the fact that they put really fancy restaurants in a theme park because it's at the back of the theme park, so we have to park at the front and I gotta walk in this, which is not normal park attire. Anywho, that's fine. Totally fine. I know it'll be worth it. It is not cheap. It is $195 per adult plus tax and gratuities, and that does not include if we choose to get a cocktail or a glass of wine or something. It does include the aperitif and the digestif. I forgot what the last one was called.
I knew.
I feel like it's gonna be a Pretty Woman moment where I'm gonna be like, I don't know which fork to use.
I mean, we set out to do every single table service restaurant on property. This is one of those. I do have to say that we just reviewed Jaleo this past week and it got a 4.75. And so that meal for the two of us, we were very comfortable when we left. We each got a beverage and it was $157 out the door with a nice tip on the end of that thing that was all included. This thing is gonna be over 3 times that amount. So I can't imagine, I mean, even if it gets a 5.0, I can't imagine ever going back here for over 3 times what we just experienced at Jaleo, which was wonderful. And then Boathouse is at a 4.5. And I mean, we've had a lot of great meals. So this may be a one and done for us, but we committed, we're doing it. I'm excited actually. So
the menu looks fantastic.
It looks great. I'm sure it's gonna be wonderful. I hope it's gonna be wonderful for $200 a person. Right? I really hope it's gonna be wonderful. Yeah. I hope it gets a 5 stars at the end of this thing. We're gonna go in with open minds. But yeah, I hope they earn every bit of those 5 stars. But really, I mean, even like you still have to take in consideration the value for the ratings. So I don't know, we'll see. I have an open mind, we've committed to spending the money, so at this point, we're just gonna go and hopefully enjoy the heck out of this thing.
I feel like this is a trial run for Victoria and Albert someday, so that I can just like learn what to do in a fancy place.
That's gonna be twice what this is.
To be fair though, I mean, it's fun to splurge every once in a while. And I honestly, this restaurant was never on my radar before, I think for obvious reasons, but I'm looking at the menu. I can't pronounce anything that's on it, but the English version of it looks fantastic.
I took French for 2 years in high school, like 20 whatever years ago, so I'll do my best if we get to that point, but please forgive any mispronunciations. And for those of you out there that think we are getting this food for free, comped by Disney, that is not the case. We are paying full price, minus like if a restaurant does a DVC or annual pass holder discount, which
I don't think that they do
I don't think Monsieur Paul is gonna do that for us, but a lot of restaurants do. That is the only discounts we get. So just understand we are spending our own money for this. These reviews are our own personal opinions. Your experience may vary.
Disclaimer.
Thank you. That's my disclaimer for what we're about to go experience. So,
yes.
I'm not sure what this is gonna be like. Hopefully we get to video plenty in there. I'm gonna do my very best to do so. But there's only one way to find out.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
it's absolutely beautiful. I did hear that this was kind of like a perk if you get sat by the window. So I'm very excited that we are. We have the spectacular view of the France Pavilion. So we have our first course, which is the amuse-bouche. It comes with a glass of champagne, so actual French champagne. Our amuse-bouche has a little pastry that has goat cheese in it, a little pastry that has Parmesan in it, and then a tuna in the middle. So anyway, I'm very excited. She said she's not gonna rush us. Our waitress is actually from Paris, and she is absolutely lovely. And she said we are gonna do this the way the French do and take our time.
Okay, so we have our first course. We did decide to get the wine pairing courses. So there are 4 wine pairings. The first one is the Puy Fumé, which is Sauvignon Blanc. And it came with the appetizer, which we got escargot. Leslie and I both got the same thing. She said to eat it from the bottom to the top. Super fresh. So there's a tomato base with the escargot. And it's got this green foam top to it that adds that lighter than air flavor. What is that flavor? It's a watercress foam. It's very earthy, very, very well done. Pairs really nicely with the Sauvignon Blanc.
The fish course has arrived. Mine looks so pretty that it's almost too pretty to eat, but I'm gonna eat it because it looks amazing. So this is seared scallops in a maple butternut squash puree. She said it has some crispy cauliflower and some edible flowers. Those scallops are cooked very well. The puree is delicious. Fantastic.
All right, so the pairing for this course is a Chardonnay from Burgundy, which is pretty good. Not as buttery as like a California Chardonnay, a little bit more minerally, but very smooth. And then I got the sea bass, which is wrapped in a puff pastry, and it comes out shaped like a sea bass. Like,
So cute.
the puff pastry is super light. It is really well done. The sea bass is cooked very well. Everything is super light. You almost don't even feel it hit your palate.
So we have our palate cleanser, which is a pear sorbet with a pear brandy. It's so interesting. So she actually brought out a bottle that's from Normandy that had a pear inside of it, and she asked, do we know how the pear gets inside of it? And the French term for this bottle was, it translates to pear prisoner because the pear is inside. Somehow in Normandy you will see trees that have like pears growing with bottles hanging from them, because at some point in the growing process they put like the little pear blossom inside the bottle and like attach it so that the pear will grow inside of the bottle. Okay, so our meat course has arrived. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks amazing. So I have the center cut tenderloin, and then Dan got the rack of lamb, but mine comes with mushrooms and some mashed potatoes, which, I mean, like, what else are you gonna pair steak with, right? That's got great flavor, it's delicious.
Okay, so the third wine pairing is Châteauneuf du Pape. I love this. It pairs really, really well with red meat. I got the rack of lamb, medium rare. It looks unbelievable. It looks perfectly cooked. It's wonderful. I don't know. For our fourth wine pairing, we have a Pinot Noir from Burgundy. Smells lovely. We also got the cheese plate, which has 4 different cheeses. There's a sharp, there is a blue cheese, there is something else I don't remember, and there's a goat cheese with herb. It also comes with some grapes, a raisin and nut bread, and then this cute little jam.
My sugar came in a cute little packet. We got some coffee, and we have a dessert wine called a Bagnoul. That's very sweet, and it's supposed to pair very well with the dessert that they're getting ready to bring. I'm quite excited for my chocolate loveliness. It's got like a hazelnut biscuit and a lot of chocolate and more chocolate and more chocolate. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, we're slowing down. We have a doggy bag over here that keeps growing because we can't eat everything that comes in every course. So the last course is the dessert course. It comes with a hazelnut biscuit with this chocolate ball of goodness, and it's stuffed with chocolate ice cream and some sort of hazelnut cream inside of that. And then they drizzle like a hot chocolate on top of that, and it melts and breaks open, and it winds up to this fantastic little amazing little dish thing here that goes apparently perfectly with the bagnole, wine, and coffee, and I am excited. Oh man.
Yeah, that's good.
So the wine, if you drink it by yourself, it is super, super sweet, like just too sweet, like syrup. But once you drink it, after eating something sweet, it pairs so perfectly and the wine opens up and you get the actual flavors underneath. It's fantastic. This dessert is fantastic. It's expensive. It's an expensive meal, but it's worth it. I'm not gonna come every week or anything just because we can't afford it, but...
Wait, what?
But this is definitely something that I'm glad I experienced. It was worth the cost to do the one time, and it was so, so good. We're gonna finish this review up at home.
That was amazing.
Before we get into this, if you're looking to plan your next magical vacation, please reach out to us over at...
Because we need money to pay for that meal.
Please reach out to us over at fantasticalvacations.com. We would love to help you out. We plan Disney destinations, Universal, cruise lines, and all-inclusive resorts.
This is going to be a little bit different of a review because we're not going to do this star rating because it's a 5. It's a 5 all the way around.
5.
Everything's a 5. The overall rating's a 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Which, I mean, we went into this going, literally, I told Dan at dinner, I said, I'm going into this with them being a 5-star rating, and we're going to see if they knock it down. Because paying $195 plus tax and gratuity per person should be a 5-star meal.
It should absolutely be 5-star. It was.
It was.
But it should be. That's the expectation
Yes.
going into a $200 a person meal.
We got sat by the window, which was spectacular. The people behind us, so there was like a different family behind us. They ate, I don't even know.
Super fast.
Super fast. I don't even know how they did it, but they did it. They ate super fast. And the restaurant actually moved somebody else that was like in the inner part to that table so that they could experience the fireworks. I'm pretty sure that like every table is just reserved for one party per night.
This is a super small restaurant. It is above Chefs de France. The entrance is behind Chefs de France. I highly suggest if you go to Monsieur Paul, you reserve your table for between 5 and 5:30, like open to half past open. There were parties that showed up like 6, 6:37, but they didn't get set by the windows. They set everybody that showed up first by the windows.
Yep.
We were like maybe the third table set
Yeah.
at 5:30, maybe fourth table set at 5:30. Everybody else was set by the windows. We were set by the windows. We were there for over 3.5 hours with
We got to
all of the courses.
Yeah, we got to start seeing Harmonious. Like, it was lovely.
It was amazing. The ambiance and theming is one of the best. It's a quiet restaurant. It's in a theme park, which is honestly like, you feel like you need to get dressed up to go in there, but we saw people in like t-shirts. I mean, as long as you don't have like cutoffs and like tank tops, I think they would let you in just fine. All right, let's talk about service real quick.
She was phenomenal. So she was from Paris, and I think hands down one of the best service we've ever had.
You get up, you go to the restroom, you come back, you have a brand new napkin waiting
Yes.
for you. Not like steakhouses do where they pick up your napkin out of the chair and they fold it for you.
Nope.
No. They bring you on a platter a new napkin that they put down with tongs. They don't even touch the napkin. And they serve everything in teams. So like a primary server for another table would bring part of the course out for us. So they would make sure that our plates were set on the table at the exact same time. And then our primary server, Dado from Paris, she would hang
Explain
out
it.
to explain everything to us.
So we actually got the wine pairing along with I think we could have even gone without that because there is a glass of champagne and then a little pear brandy midway through the meal.
A palate cleanser.
Yes. And then what was the dessert thing called?
Banyil.
That. And then there was
It's a dessert wine.
Yeah, and then there was a
Digestif. It is Grand Marnier. It's an orange liqueur.
Yes.
At the end. So all 4 of those,
would have been plenty.
but they're included in the $195 per person. So yes, it is expensive, but there are so many courses, and you do get 4 alcoholic pairings with those courses. And so it's a lot more inclusive than you would think going into a Disney restaurant. We have a hard time rating restaurants for beverages based off of drinks, wine pairings and stuff like that. But I will say that the pear brandy mixed with the pear sorbet, like that, as the palate cleanser was fantastic. The pairings, all of the pairings, to include the ones that were included in the $195 prefix menu and the ones that we added on with the wine pairing, they were all perfectly well done. They were all French wines. I think we are comfortable rating the beverages based off of that.
Yeah.
The thought that goes behind them and the inclusivity of them, 5.
The food, I actually, as we were driving to the restaurant, I was like, I hope I don't leave hungry. I always worry about these really fancy restaurants where you're spending a lot of money and I know that it's gonna be a smaller plate that I'm gonna leave hungry. We brought food home. I mean, it was actually so much food that we couldn't finish it, and I'm very, very comfortably full right now.
So let's talk about why we would do this. So it was a very expensive meal.
Very expensive.
So you have to take that in consideration. So we give this a 5 out of 5 overall rating. 5 out of 5, 100%.
I probably would not bring my children here.
I was just about to say that doesn't mean it's worth it, because there are some things you need to consider. Number 1, children under the age of 10 years old are not welcome. Number 2, if you're 10 or older, it's still gonna cost $195 per person, even if you can't drink the champagne and all that stuff. Number 3, we were there for 3.5 hours.
Oh yeah.
Which was lovely for us because we didn't have anything else to do. It's not like we were on vacation and we were trying to, do things in the park. We came from home, we parked and we walked there and we had the rest of the night, and it was fantastic. So this is very much a special date night dinner that you would really want to do kind of once in a blue moon for a special occasion that you want to be able to just sit, relax, enjoy, and be pampered for 3 to 4 hours and just not worry about the outside world. And if you can do that, and if you can afford it, it is worth it.
Yes.
If you try to rush it, if you try to bring kids in there, if you try to power through, it's gonna feel like you spent a lot of money for not a whole lot.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of those things that you just need to embrace the moment.
I'm glad we did it this time.
Yeah.
It was 100% worth it to do it the once and to review it and to capture it on video. I highly recommend it if, again, you can afford it, you have the time, and you have an evening that you can share with a significant other that you can enjoy a special pampering.
Yeah. I'll also say that the manager came by 3-4 times.
4 or 5, I don't know.
And it wasn't just our table. I saw him seeing every single table. He would come around and just make sure everything was top notch to perfection, to your liking, and that you were having a great time. So it was
wonderful.
It was so good.
There are so many Disney restaurants that try to get you in and get you out quickly. Chef Mickey's is a great example. In, out, get out, get out, get out. Go eat. Do you want anything else? Go get out. And you're paying $60 a person at Chef Mickey's. Granted, this is 3 times that, a little bit more than 3 times that, but this is so relaxed, so wonderful.
She even said, take your time. I'm not going to rush you.
Yes.
Enjoy your night.
Fantastic.
Do like the French do.
Yeah. So that's it.
So if you are liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
We will see you on the next video.